Right, here we go then. On Monaco for the last time. Starting at the back, which was probably a mistake, but yeah, immediately a mistake. This video is supported by my wonderful channel members here on YouTube. Click the join button below the video to directly support the channel and find out all the perks you can get by doing so, including early car testing info and having your name listed at the end of each video. We did do a qualifying session before this, but then I missed a checkpoint and that put me at the back, so I just dealt with it. And we're going to do all the tracks. All the real world tracks that have to be removed because of Rockstar's new terms and conditions on FiveM. Servers can't have real world cars, can't have real world tracks, can't have anything on them that has any other IP or is from any other game. Oops. Oh god. What the? What has happened there? I can't get off it. I can't get off. I'm going to have to respawn. Okay, there we go. I'm going. What was that all about? Oh, well, I had made up places, but I'm right at the back again. But yeah, all that effort, all that work that the 8th Gear guys went to get the Monaco circuit all gone. But we'll be able to do them one last time before they have to be removed. If anyone's watching this and doesn't already know what I'm talking about on YouTube, there has been other videos where I've talked about it and explained it in detail. Jesus. I regret starting at the back. So I'll leave a link to them in the description. But yeah, basically Rockstar, since they own FiveM now, you're not allowed to use any real world stuff. So this is the last time we're going to be able to play these real world circuits. Last time for Monaco, last time for Nurburgring, last time for Spa, Laguna Seca, Monza. All of them are gone. Well, they will be after tonight. We gotta do 2 pit stops during the course of this race. I've taken mine early there in the hopes that I can try to get some clean air and overtake a few people based on the pit stops. But yeah, we did joke the first time that we did these real world circuits that they were, you know, brand new creations directly from the 8th Gear guys, but they're obviously not. I think this one's from Assetto Corsa. A lot of them might be from Assetto Corsa actually. They're imported into GTA. And they've been incredible, to be honest. They've been remarkable experiences to race on them with these cars. And you know, with the GTA physics, it works. You know, it actually does work. It's just I know I kind of always knew that they were going to be on borrowed time, the real world circuits. I think Rockstar went a little bit too far with making FiveM servers have to remove, you know, their own game cars like GTA 4 cars and whatnot. But yeah, I always felt that the real world circuits were never going to last too long. But with Rockstar buying FiveM, yeah, it definitely exacerbated that a lot. Alright, let's just get both of my pit stops done now, shall we? Get them out of the way. Is a Mario Kart Track a real world circuit since it's getting removed? No, but it's definitely a different IP. It's definitely got copyright stuff going on it from another company, so yeah, we'll do that. We'll do the Mario Kart tracks as well. Yeah, we'll do everything that has to be removed, even if we only do a couple of laps of some of the tracks for time purposes. We just need to do at least a little bit of everything. But I figured we'd start with Monaco because It was one of the last to be added, and it was probably one of those that required the most amount of effort. If I stay close to Paddy Productions, I might get the benefit of people thinking that they're blue flagging and have to let me go past, even though I'm technically a lap down. Hopefully I can finish on the lead lap. I'd like to finish on the lead lap. I know I'm a lap down, but I have already done my 2 pit stops, whereas the top guys in the race haven't done either of their pit stops yet, so... Well, maybe I can make up some places as people come in to make their stops. That's what I'm hoping. That's why I did my stops early after that first lap of pain and misery. A lot of people coming into the pit lane on this lap. I'll be able to get past them. Maybe. Oh, we're going to get a few positions here, I think. It's a shame we're never going to be able to do this again, but I've just got to enjoy this experience whilst we have it. We got some fun videos out of these real world tracks as well. We got to showcase what is possible. This gave us something unique for at least a short amount of time. Then Rockstar happened. I can't hold the real life stuff against them though. The real world cars and the real world tracks and things. I understand that. I can definitely hold the GTA 4 stuff against them. Well, this is the battle for the lead, these two, isn't it? Maybe. No, maybe not. I can. Yeah, you guys can do what you want. You guys can hold whatever you want against Rockstar. No fun allowed is the classic term for Rockstar, I suppose, but we always knew this was going to happen when they bought FiveM, let's be honest. I don't think I need to wait for that because he was already out of control with his slide on when I came up behind him. That's my take anyway. At least that's the way I saw it. Whether other people agree, I don't know, but the karma police of Monaco will get you. Yeah, probably. Still half the race to go. Plenty of karma to potentially come and get me. I'm just hoping for the Coquette 4 boss to get a fully custom creation rather than being taken from the Mafia 3 car model. There's got to be a with the the CR727 that we're racing now, this doesn't have to be removed because this is a fully custom creation by mod creators. So there's talented people who can make some incredible creations, so hopefully we can see a Coquette 4 boss created from scratch in the future. That would make me happy. I don't think we'll see a Monaco created from scratch in the future though. Or any of the other real world circuits. Or Mario Kart circuits. You would have to imagine that eventually FiveM itself would have succumbed to some sort of legal troubles. Like, it was going under the radar for so long, but you know, you would have to imagine that, like, you know how archaic Nintendo are with their IP. If they'd have gotten whiff of the Mario Kart tracks on this random FiveM server, they would have been putting cease and desists out all over the place. So now that Rockstar own FiveM, they're just getting ahead of it, really. The bit that I'm annoyed with is the GTA 4 cars and the cars from their own other games. Alright, we're up to 40th. A lot of people in front who've made their 2 stops, so whether I'll be able to make any more positions, I don't know, but I'm going to keep going. "65 people around Monaco. Can I try to get into the top half, maybe?" We'll see. It might be doable. With pit stops and overtakes on track. I lost so much time in those first 2 laps with the harmonic start. With the crashes that I was involved in. It is going to be difficult to make up more places, I think. We're 40th from the back, or 39th now. That's already pretty good. There's someone coming out of the pits, there's another position. There's still chances. Remember, everybody in the race, you can't make your pit stop on the last lap. You gotta do it on lap 8 or 9 as it is now. Not lap 10. Otherwise you get an unfair advantage. There's a big group in front. There could be opportunities. There's one. Another. We're in with it now. We're in the battle. 2 more laps left of Monaco in GTA 5. Hey, we're in top half. I did it. Second. Hyperia's is chasing me down though. So 33rd would actually be out of the top half, wouldn't it? If I lose 1 more place. We're battling over top half. Going defensive. there are opportunities to make places as well. Alright, I got a good exit there. But FPS is doing me in again. The final lap ever of Monaco on FiveM 8th gear and GTA 5 in general. It's been a pleasure. Thank you 8th gear devs, it goes without saying. And the people who obviously did the original porting work for this to get it working with GTA 5 in the first place. We got a lot of tracks that we're going to be doing, but I think this is the most special of them all. Thank you everybody who put in any kind of effort to bring this to our lives and give us this experience. I'm getting such better exits out of these corners, but my good old FPS issues as always. Yeah, salutes for Monaco in the chat. I had a good race in the end, coming back through the pack. To the line! No, I'm not going to get it, but... Hey, 28th though? 27th? 27th from the back of the pack. After a terrible first lap of untold misery and crashes. Bye-bye, Monaco. We've got a lot of races and a lot of tracks that we're going to be doing tonight, but this is the biggest hit, I think. Ah, there we go. We can explore a little bit of outside of Monaco. I never came here when we had a look around the track the first time. Yeah, you've got the full-on road modelled around the outskirts of Monaco. Might as well do a little explore of, you know, the last little bits of the map. Considering we're never going to get the chance to again. Very cool. This road was our original plan for the intro stream. Ah, I see. Yeah, but then you went for the boat coming into the harbour. I think that was a good decision, to be honest. But yeah, even the road is here. Unbelievable. It goes all the way. It goes quite far, doesn't it? Interesting. Oh, there's even. Wow. Okay. There's quite a lot of road. There's Monaco down there. I wonder why they modelled all of this in the game. Like, you know, the track is down there. That's where people are going to be racing on. Nobody's going to race around here. I mean, if it's from Assetto Corsa. Unless you can access these roads in Assetto Corsa, but... Ambiance, yeah, realism, but... I don't know, considering you know, all of the outskirts and the mountains and stuff aren't finished. I don't know. Maybe there was a plan to use these roads for something. Well, that's it for Monaco. Let's move on and play some other real world tracks to say goodbye to all of them one last time. Beautiful. A beautiful send-off for Monaco in GTA. Thanks for the races. Salute. Oh yes, the Majima LM is going to have to be removed. But all these livery makers who made all these liveries for it, like, they're gonna go as well, because the Majima has to go. Why does the Majima GT and Majima LM and stuff have to go? What game is this from? Is it from a game? A different game? Uses Forza assets. Ah, okay. But yeah, again, with something like this, I imagine it can be remade without using those assets. So there's probably hope for the cars, at least. At least some of the more popular cars. Look at that grid. I'm going to miss the Nurburgring. I'm going to miss all of these. It's just so cool. Just one lap of the Nurburgring. I decided non-contact would probably be the right strategy for this. In the Majima LM, which also has to go. But yeah, like I said, I think the cars, there's a better chance of seeing some of the cars back without any of the, you know, IPs or assets or anything from other games. The tracks are the main thing that are obviously never going to return. We've had some good van races in the rain around here on 8th gear. It was one of the earliest tracks, custom special circuits that was ported, I seem to remember. We were trying to do 10 minutes in a van. I think we did quite easily because it was the Yuga V12. We've done a few multi-class races on here as well, I think. Did reverse grid based on the grid order of the finishing positions in the last race, so it's going to be quite the mix of cars, I think, as the faster guys come through and whatnot, especially with non-contact. Yeah, I'll try to stick to using some of the cars that are going to get removed as well for these races. Obviously the CR727 was too perfect for Monaco, but for the rest of the races we'll use some of the cars that are going to get removed also. I know I can talk a lot when it comes to, you know, these videos and races and streams and stuff, but I think for some of this there may be moments where I'm just gonna shut up and enjoy the track and just leave. I'm gonna leave the whole race in the, like, you know, if there's certain moments during the Nurburgring where I'm gonna shut up and just enjoy the track, I'm gonna leave that in a video. So for those watching on YouTube, if you don't like the moments where I'm just silent or whatever, or you think it's boring, I understand, you can skip ahead or whatever, but I just, when it comes to making these videos in particular, I want to just show off these tracks in full one last time. And also just enjoy this experience one last time. At least there's always iRacing for real world circuits. I don't know what the maximum number of people is in an iRacing race, but the 24 hours of the Nurburgring that we did had over 60 people in it, didn't it? Obviously we can't have the big 300s that we can sometimes get on 8th gear, but $60 is the max for iRacing. Okay, so it must have been exactly 60 for the Nurburgring 24-hour race we did. This track is absolutely beautiful for FiveM. It 100% is. All of these real world tracks just work really well on 8th gear. And I think it's a testament to GTA 5's physics as well, that these real world tracks work so well. The scaling, you can, you know, if you're being picky, sometimes the scaling can be a little bit off and some of the cars can have too much grip. But, you know, if you suspend the belief that you're trying to get absolute realism and just take it for, hey, this is GTA physics, the tracks really do work. You know, ignore the fact that we did Laguna Seca in a Honda Civic faster than Indy cars do Laguna Seca in real life when we first did Laguna Seca on 8th gear. If you ignore that, you're just here for some good races with some good cars on some good tracks. They really work well. To be fair, GTA's got some pretty good driving physics. There's a reason it's, you know, stood the test of time in terms of the racing aspect of it. And even with people who, you know, appreciate proper racing, it's almost got the perfect arcade driving physics. One thing that always bugs me about arcade driving games or racing games is that they always invariably feel horrible to drive. You can drift around corners faster than you can actually take a racing line and things like that. You just see it time and time again with those kind of games. But apart from the annoyances of curb boosting and brake boosting and whatnot, the actual base physics are actually pretty good. Racing lines are actually the quickest way to do. Even with brake boosting and curb boosting and all that kind of stuff, you're still going to be quicker doing racing lines in GTA. Well, it looks like I'm going to improve on my position from the previous race. I was pretty much mid-pack there and I started mid-pack here, so... Despite my FPS making me lose speed on the straights. Bye-bye Nurburgring. Thank you for the memories. Since I just talked about it in the last race, let's do Laguna Seca 5 laps. Thought non-contact would be best for this as well. Reverse grid again. We'll do contact on some of the bigger tracks, the more open circuits. In the Sentinel SG4, as it is called. This won't be here, this has to be removed. This is the GTA 4 Sentinel. And these are the cars that really annoy me. They're not going to allow GTA 4 models and stuff like that. Like Rockstar own FiveM. They're allowing GTA 5 models and then custom created stuff from the modding community. They own GTA 4. They own all these other IPs where games have been taken from. But they're not allowing them to be available. That's where Rockstar have done the classic Rockstar thing and gone a little bit too far. As they always do. Just like with the removal of cars from the in-game websites, people would have been alright if it was just cars that you only can find in traffic or something like that. But no, they had to go way too far with it. subscribe to GTA Plus and I'll be allowed to use the models from other GTA games. God, could you imagine? But as I said in the video about this, I mean, the reason that they've done this is so that they're gonna, you know, they're setting a precedent now so that when GTA 6 comes out, nothing will be allowed to be used from GTA 6 in FiveM. 6M isn't going to exist. Rockstar will be shutting that down nice and early. We didn't get to use Laguna Seca much. It was one of the more recent additions along with Monza. I think we only did Monza once. And the Top Gear test track. I remember the video where I showcased Monza, Laguna Seca and the Top Gear test track, I think, all in the same video. But then the Top Gear test track obviously got the incredible bus race. That was unbelievable, that. So we've done that a few extra times. To be fair, we've done Laguna Seca a few times on streams. Not everything that happens on streams makes its way to YouTube, but most does if it's a good enough race. With these, I don't really care how the race is. We're just here to see these tracks one more time. More people now though, 80 people. I wonder if, like, surely everybody else can see why Rockstar are doing this. Like, is it as obvious to everybody else as me, or is it just because I've been dealing with Rockstar's bullshit for the last 10 years that I can see through everything that they do and the real reasons? I mean, some of us who've been here for a long time, you probably agree, but like, do the wider GTA community not understand that they're doing all of this to prepare for not allowing any of this for GTA 6? Like, it seems so obvious to me and to a lot of you guys probably watching, obviously, but it feels like it's never really spoken about that much. in the general GTA community, at least. Like, I think I said it when Rockstar bought FiveM, they were doing it literally just to... They're doing it all about... It's all about GTA 6 and making sure that's completely locked down from the start. People are just on all that copium. Hoping that that's not going to be the case. But it absolutely is. The fringes of a top 10. Don't think I'm going to make it on this last lap, but been a good little race. Sentinel's been nice to drive. I look forward to driving it in GTA 4 when I come to play through that game. Because, like, it's the only explanation that makes sense for Rockstar not allowing, say, GTA 4 cars on FiveM. Like, there's no problem with it. They own the IP for all those cars. There's no problem with it. They're not harming anybody. They're going to come under no fire, no problems copyright issue-wise with having GTA 4 cars on a FiveM server. It's all about locking it down for GTA 6. Like, it's just, it seems so obvious to me. Oh, I did get in the top 10 on the last lap. Sweet. Top 10 out of 80, that's not bad. Thank you, Laguna Seca. Bye bye, Sentinel. Oh yeah, that'll be it, won't it? Yeah, theoretically, the GTA 4 asset is being used, and there's no guarantee that you had to pay for the game. I mean, it's a annoying way to look at it from our perspective, but that'll be Rockstar's way to explain it, I suppose. It's really sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word that describes that. Petty? It's really petty, I think is the word I'm looking for. It's all of these suggestions in the chat, I don't want to say all of them. It's yeah, like pedantic to a certain degree, but I think like it's just really petty way of looking at it. Like, you can't use a GTA 4 car model because you didn't pay for this GTA 4 car model. Like, alright, fine. Alright, multi-class race on Spa. And turns out that I made a little bit of an error. So class 3 are the race trucks, class 2 are the GTE cars, and class 1 is the 711. All of these cars can stay, by the way. I just thought these would be more interesting picks. And it turns out that class 3 is faster than class 1 and 2, and class 2 is faster than class 1. So even though we're starting first and we're technically the first class of car in this multi-class race, the 711 is actually the slowest. So there's 30-second gaps between the start of each class. So we're going to get, you know, they're going to have to chase us down basically. The race trucks will have, you know, for overall race victory, they'll have to chase us down. And we also have our own races within each class as well in this multi-class race. Teammate wipeout. Rip. So this could be interesting. I think I don't know whether the gaps, like the 30-second gap at the start might be too big, but so there's the blue dots on the map. Those are the GT cars. And then the green dots on the map are the race trucks. So we'll see. Normally multi-class races you start the faster cars first, but it's not the case with this one. I didn't realise that the 711 wasn't fast enough. But yeah, Spa, last time we'll see Spa. I am wearing my Scumbag t-shirt, by the way, that you can get on store.ruffy.com. Shout out for the merch store. I thought it would be perfect to wear for an occasion such as this, given Rockstar's scumbaggery. And yeah, when it comes to the GTA 4 cars, like, you know, of course it's their content, they can do what they want with it. They don't have to allow us to use it as a community. We technically, you know, are using content from games that the players who are using it might not have paid for. But it's pretty petty. It is a petty and pedantic way to look at it, and it shows how much Rockstar actually care about the people who play their games, when they're gonna nickel and dime it to such an extent as that. Everyone's got to do one pit stop during this race, so I need to keep that in mind. That early crash has not set me up very well for a good result, I don't think. And then I went way too wide on the left-hander. I think Spa is... I think it was the three original tracks that were added for, like, originally with on 8th gear that we played on first. I think it was Spa, Nurburgring and Le Mans. And that was like the first time I'd ever experienced real world tracks in GTA. And it was like, wow. But also I think those are now that we've got other tracks, those are the 3 tracks that work the least well, I think, with the GTA cars, because they're so open and easy to drive in a way with high grip GTA physics. Oh, I got dragged out. God damn it. Oh yeah, I forgot they added the kart track, didn't they? We need to do a couple of laps of the kart circuit before we're done here today, because that actually works. We'll do it after this, I reckon. Alright, pit stop. Everyone's got to do one. You have to be careful, make sure you get your pit stop done. It's only a 10-minute race. You don't want to leave it to the last lap and get disqualified. I see a few blue dots closing in. Those GT cars. I think the race trucks might be too far away. The pace difference might not be big enough, to be honest, to overcome the 30-second delta between the starts of each class. Felt like multi-class had to be done on Spa. Let's do a multi-class race on Le Mans as well, Circuit de la Sarthe. In fact, let's do the Kart Track at Spa next, and then we'll do another multi-class race on Circuit de la Sarthe. I think that's a good way to do it. And then we've still got Monza, the Mario Kart circuits. We should end with the Top Gear track with something wacky. Up to this race truck, sliding around a little bit. Oh, and now not sliding around, going straight off in a different direction. Such a good car, the 711. Some race trucks having some issues there. Don't think we're going to get caught by these GTEs. Pace difference is big enough. .217 versus 217. Well, they're actually a tenth apart. The fastest time in the GTEs is actually a tenth of a second slower than the fastest time in the 711s. So. About on the same pace, class 1 and 2. 2:15 is the fastest from the race trucks though. The race trucks are definitely the quickest, but yeah, not quick enough I don't think to make the gap, and obviously driver ability changes all of that. kind of crazy that the race trucks are as fast as what they are. Lovely car this though, so much fun to drive. It's actually a good match for Spa, I think. It's not the easiest in the world around, you know, some of the bigger open corners that a lot of GTA cars would just do full throttle with no problems whatsoever. This one requires a little bit of nuance. People coming out of the pits. A track like Spa and Sarthe de la Sarthe definitely don't help me in any way when it comes to my oh, there's a GT car. Oh, there's cars all over the place. It definitely don't help me when it comes to my FPS making me slower on the straights, because a lot of them is just full top speed straight line stuff. But we can have some fun regardless. Damn, I'm in the top 5. Must have been through maybe pit stops or something, and I guess that crash that we just saw. Recovered a little bit, you know. Decent recovery after that early first lap issues, but we've got to get through some trucks first. I love multi-class races. 3 races in one. 87 people in this race. 3 sets of full vanilla GTA lobbies racing around pretty much all together. I was going to say please don't run me out wide, and then I got run out wide. The trucks are terrifying. Hey, what, third? No way. How did I get third? No idea how I did that, but I'll take it. That was fun. A lot of people miss checkpoints. Ah, okay, maybe that's why, yeah. Ron livery in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Yeah, you'll love to see it. So in terms of best laps, it actually was the case that the best lap for the trucks was a 2:15.0. The best lap for the GTEs was a 2:15.5. And the best lap for the 711s was a 2:16.8. So it was actually the case that the third class was faster than the second, which was faster than the first. But the gaps were too big to make up. That was fun. Alright, here we go. Still at Spa, but on the kart circuit this time. "87 people racing around Spa kart circuit." wonder if we could have just skipped straight to the checkpoint since we were so far around. Nobody seemed to. Everybody seemed to do the right thing. It was really cool that they added this. Like, the map was there to be able to do it on the Spa-Track port. If the kart circuit is there, might as well make a track around it. But yeah, we'll start ramping through these tracks a bit quicker now, giving each one a bit of a farewell. A couple of laps on each. There's quite a lot of tracks to get through. We're starting to run out of time a bit. Such unique experiences. I feel privileged to have been able to experience all this. Big shout out and thanks to the 8th Gear guys for putting all these tracks on. Even if there was an inevitability of them having to leave at some point. It's been so much fun to experience it. I get that left hand or right. I can definitely take a lot more speed through there than I'm not doing. Last lap. Yeah, that was better. Oh, that was much better. Does any other game actually have the Spa kart circuit available to race on? Probably not. This might be actually properly unique. Because every racing game would just model Spa, wouldn't it? The main circuit. I would imagine, anyway. Fun. Look at it. We got on Circuit de la Sarthe the Colquet GTE, and then the LMP3, the Mirage, and then we've got the LMP2 car, the Giro, and then the new LMDH with the Sandstorm. It's beautiful. This is just how it's meant to be. It's the only time we're ever going to get to do this, because Circuit de la Sarthe is not going to exist anymore, but this is full-on proper Le Mans 24-hour race. I've never actually driven this car, the new Sandstorm. At least none of these cars have to be removed. True multi-class on the original multi-class track. The cars are a little bit too grippy. It's the same problem with Spa. But you know, for the theme, like I kind of had to go with these cars. FPS issues incoming. Yeah, that too. But I had to go with the actual real life Le Mans car setup if we're going to do Circuit de la Sarthe for the last time. Yep, FPS issues right there. Good old 85 FPS. Got a better exit though. Coming back. And then it levels out. Still going. Still going. It's actually interesting. This car, it seems to build up speed, apart from when you hit a bump, quite slowly, which is kind of what I've always wanted for GTA cars. They get up to top speed too quick, so you can't do cutbacks and things like that if you sort of, you know, get on the power earlier. But if this car seems to like take a while to get up to that 160 mile an hour. Again, I've never really properly driven it, but with this kind of handling, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, when most cars in GTA get to, you know, their top speed is 120 mile an hour and they get to it instantly, yeah, you can't do cutbacks and stuff. But maybe you can with something like this, even though it's really grippy and really fast. So it looks like it's going to be 2 laps of this track. I did set it to 5 minutes. Again, because I feel like we might end up running out of time to be able to get all of these tracks done. I do want to, like, do all of them. It would be a shame to leave one out. Just don't do G-Fred. I mean, that would give us an extra like half an hour. People would riot though, I feel. That was a nice section there with those corners. This has been a really pleasant driving experience. I like this car and with this handling. It's grippy, but it doesn't feel, you know, vanilla GTA open wheel car levels of grippy. Where it's just, you don't have to think about it because they're they're not quick enough. And they've got too much grip. Second time I've got that chicane wrong. Ah, Circuit de la Sarthe. It's been a pleasure racing on you as well. Perfect way to end it with the GTA equivalents of Le Mans cars. This is one of those moments where I'm just taking it in. Just enjoying the experience. I'm racing against 25 people in this car, and there's 3 other races going on in LMP2, LMP3 and GT cars around the track. It's just cool. The lap times seem to make sense as well, at least on the first lap. Shame we never got the chance to do this race, but like an actual endurance race. These classes, these cars, 100 people, but like an hour long, and like 3 pit stops or something like that. Beautiful, once again. Another salute. So we actually ended up running out of time on the stream because there was just more tracks than I realised, and the guys who run 8th Gear understandably didn't want to keep these tracks available for any longer than necessary. They'd already kept them longer than they should have done just so we could say goodbye on this stream. And you know, they didn't want to keep them on for any longer than that, just out of fear of any action that Rockstar might take if they kept them on. You know, really they should have removed them straight away. So yeah, really thanks to those guys for leaving this content on the server for a few extra days so that I could, you know, do a stream and properly say goodbye to everything. But the upshot of all that is that we ran out of time to do all of the tracks. So I've decided to sort of include a few highlights of some of the tracks that we didn't get to do from some previous videos at the end of this video. And I'm going to leave a link in the description to every single video containing every race we've ever done with a custom real world track, so you can go back, watch them all, relive them whenever you want. You know, this can serve as like the base video that you can always check the description or the pinned comment, and you'll be able to see every single race we've done on a real world track, including the ones we didn't get to see during this video. The main highlight of all of those is probably the buses around the Top Gear test track, which was absolutely hilarious. If you haven't seen that one, I would recommend watching that one first. But we also had some great races in general around some of these tracks, whether it was Monza, Laguna Seca, Circuit de la Sarthe, the Top Gear test track with the buses, Nurburgring in the vans in the rain. We've had some great experiences with these, so I think it makes sense, since this is a longer video that, you know, says goodbye to all of them. It makes sense to have the description and the pinned comment include the links for all of the other videos so that it's all in one place. It is a shame that, you know, they have to go in the first place, but I think in a way it was also somewhat inevitable. You know, there was only so long that copyrighted real world stuff like this could last in a modded game such as, you know, FiveM. I think the main disappointment from all of this, as I mentioned in the stream, is just the fact that Rockstar won't even allow vehicles from their own games. Obviously, you know, the justification behind it is the fact that everything already in GTA 5 or using GTA 5 assets is technically fine because it's been paid for, since you have to have bought GTA 5 to be able to use FiveM, which is a multiplayer mod for single player GTA 5. And then the same can't be said for other game assets. So using a car from GTA 4 means it's being made available to people who haven't necessarily bought GTA 4. Now, you know, while that makes sense, and I'm sure it is correct from, you know, a legal perspective, it does kind of show Rockstar's contempt for the general player base, that they won't even allow any kind of wiggle room for the creativity of the community when everything is already owned by them and there's no conflict of interest in terms of copyrighted material anyway. But, you know, let's be honest, I don't think any of us expected anything different. As with everything Rockstar does these days, it all has to be nickel and dimed and paid for. You know, God forbid you use a car model from a 15-year-old game on a niche multiplayer server that makes no profit whatsoever and is there purely as a creative outlet for their passionate players. God forbid doing anything like that. You know, you have to pay for every single thing. I think, you know, the most profitable entertainment product of all time, it would probably be in trouble financially if we were to do that. So it totally makes sense that they're making us remove everything. But yeah, it is a bit of a shame, and things will live on. You know, as I said in the previous FiveM racing video, with incredible creations from the modding community, I'm sure that, you know, we'll be able to have incredible experiences anyway. And it was nice that we got a taste of real world tracks in GTA like this, even if it was never going to really last. And a few months ago, I suppose, when Rockstar bought FiveM, there was a lot of speculation on how it would go, and I think most of us who had the more cynical approach to what would happen, I think we were the right ones. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed watching us go through these tracks one last time. And like I said, check the description and the pinned comment for all the videos that we've ever done on real world tracks in GTA. Thank you guys so much as always for watching, and let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. And thanks for making it all the way to this over hour long video at the end of that. And I'll see you next time.